Hey guys, this is Not Lammers of Invoked 101, and today I'm doing my Vehicroid deck. This is the one I played at the Tahlequah ARG in Oklahoma, and before I get into like the whole story about this deck and why I played it at an ARG, in the extra deck there is a proxy card. That's because before the event I was working on this deck a little bit and one of my friends lent me some cards and I couldn't find a copy of that card. So real quick, the reason I played this at an ARG was because I made the joke that if someone paid my entry fee, I'd play Vehicroids at the event. And so one of my friends did pay my entry fee, so I was working on just making this deck as good as it possibly could be. And on paper and just looking at the deck, I was like, this looks pretty good. And then in play, it just fell apart, and I didn't have a super great time playing it, but it still is probably the most competent version of Vehicroids out there. But if I had a choice to do it again, I would probably play my other Vehicroid deck, my old one. Without further ado, we're going to set the extra and the spells and traps off to the side. Let's talk about what I've nicknamed Machine Dupe Turbo and what Mio has called Taser Tanks. So, to start off our Vehicroid lineup, we have Triple Mixeroid. Legit this is my favorite Vehicroid, and his effect is that you contribute a machine monster you control and special summon a non-wind roid monster from the deck. Usually that's going to be Armoroid. He's a machine dupe target, and he has 2200 defense. He also has an effect to banish himself and pay half, and then banish like a bunch of roids to special summon a fusion monster, ignoring summoning conditions, but you're never really getting that off. Next up is our other machine dupe roid, which is Express Roid, and his effect is that when this card is summoned, you can target 2 roids in your graveyard and pick them up and add them to your hand. So that's pretty dope. And then for the other roids that we play 2 Steam, because he's a beater, 2 Drill, because he's also a beater, quote unquote, and 1 Armoroid. This is the summon off of Mixeroid. So I really like this lineup. That's it for the roid monsters. That's all the roid monsters I played. After that, I played a supplementary engine of Infinitrack. So I played 3 Harvester, which is a machine dupe target. When this guy is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 Infinitrack monster from your deck to your hand, which ends up being pretty useful. And then I played the other machine dupe target, which is Trencher, who, also, Harvester has the effect to target another Infinitrack you control and combine their levels. So if you target, like, a Trencher, they both become level 7. Or if you target another Harvester, they become level 4. So I should explain that. So Trencher has the but I also played 3 Trencher, who has the effect to tribute an Earth Machine monster and special summon him from the hand in defense mode. He has an effect in the graveyard where you banish himself and target a Infinitrack and special summon it in defense mode. So he's also a machine dupe target, which came in handy. And then lastly, I played Triple Anchor Drill, which has the effect to special summon a Infinitrack from the hand when it's normal or special summoned. And then it also has the effect of Harvester, where it can combine the levels of the monster of another machine monster you control. So if you have another level 4, it becomes an 8. If you have a 5, it becomes a 9. If you have a 2, it becomes a 7. So there you go. And that's it. Oh, and then I guess I kind of count this as an Infinitrack because I play this in Infinitracks. Deck profile coming soon. 2 Railroad Stampede. This guy's awesome. He has the effect to target when he's normal or special summoned, you can target a Earth Machine in your graveyard, special summon in defense mode, but its effects are negated. Then he has the effect to target a machine on the field, and either they become level 4 or the level of the other monster. So that way, like, if you summon Armoroid with it, he'd become an 8, or Armoroid would become a 4. And that's it for the Infinitrack stuff that I played. That's my little Infinitrack engine. It's actually kind of big. And then I played the Gadget engine, which was 2 gold, 2 silver, 2 gold, sorry. And then I played 1 hand trap in the whole deck, and that was Phantasme. And yeah, I know, right? Phantasme and Vehicroids. I played this because it's let you reset your hand. Unfortunately, I did not see this at all, which really sucks. So that bites. Alright, for the spell card lineup, I played Triple Megaroid City, which people were kind of confounded by what this card was and what it did and how it worked. I had someone try to ash it, but it activates in damage calc, so you can't, which is like the best part about it. What Megaroid City does is you target a card you control, pop it, and add a Vehicroid, and then in the battle during damage calc, you can send one Roid monster to the graveyard when your Roid battles, and its original attack and defense become switched for that damage calc only. And you can only use each effect once per turn, and if you activate either effect, you're locked into fusion summoning, which really sucks. I wish it didn't have that fusion summoning clause, but you know, it happens. And of course, 2 terraforming to search this, because it searches something that's kind of important to the deck, because this deck did have an original function, and I thought that I could do more with it, but it's just not slow. It's just not too quick enough. And that card is 2 Vehicroid Connection Zone. This card is awesome, and I wish I saw it more along with another card, because the whole concept of this deck was to summon a certain monster, and I'll talk about it when I get to him. But what this card does is it lets you summon a Vehicroid fusion, so not like Parapsychroid or Steam Gyroid. It has to be like Jumbo Drill, Stealth Union, or Mobile Base. But it's whenever it's summoned using this card, its effects can't be negated, and it cannot be destroyed by spell, trap, or monster effects, which is pretty awesome. And then I played triple Machine Dupe. Like I said, this is Machine Dupe Turbo deck because I play like 8 Machine Dupe. Wait, it's 4 Machine Dupe targets. So this is just Machine Dupe Turbo. And then triple Instant Fusion to summon Parapsychroid. This was to go along with this and turbo out the monster that I was trying to get to. And then 2 Call by the Grave because I thought I was going to see the card more and then I didn't. And lastly, another money card, 2 Infinite Impermanence because I thought it was funny. This actually helped me out a lot because I saw this card quite a bit, so this helped me a lot. Just not enough to like matter. That's it for the main deck, actually. Let me pack everything up here. All right, and moving into the extra deck, I played 2 Parapsychroid because it's not the Machine Dupe, it's the instant fusion target and it helps us turbo out stuff. I played 1 Super Vehicroid Jumbo Drill because it's a target from the extra deck to summon, and I'll explain that when I get to him. And then I played double Mobile Base. So the whole point of my deck originally and in building was to summon this guy as quickly as possible because his effect is that he has 5,000 defense, and his effect is that you can target a monster your opponent controls, special summon a Roid monster from the deck or extra deck with attack less than or equal to that monster's ignoring summoning conditions, so you can summon this guy. And then he can also move himself out of the extra monster zone by bouncing a Roid monster. So I wanted to get to this guy as quickly as possible, and I only summoned him once, which really sucked, and then they just like bounced him with Tiramisu, which really bites. Like everyone was just OTKing the Roid player at the event, which really hurt my feelings. It made me upsetty. For the XZs, I played 1 Tornado Dragon for the pop, 1 Gaga Cowboy for the burn, 1 Nova because I can make it, Infinity to go on top of it, and then here comes the proxy. So I played 1, this is supposed to be Dreadnought Dreadnoid. I played him in my extra deck, and then I had a Gustav Max to go into, which I did pull this off at one point because I machine duped Harvester and made Harvester a 4 and then went into this, ran something over, and then went into this and burned him. That was the only, unfortunately, partway through my next turn, we had realized Zombie World was on the field, and we were like, uh-oh, and we were like, well, we can't go back that far, because I had already started doing plays, and I was like, oops, I'm sorry, and he's like, no, it's cool. So, unfortunately, I made that illegally, because I had forgotten what was on board, and, you know, he also forgot, so it was all good. And then for links, I played 1 Cleefort Genius for the negate, which I tried to do, but I couldn't. I made 1 Platinum Gadget. I played 1 Platinum Gadget, didn't summon this at all, and I made 1 Borolo Dragon, and I almost made Borolo Dragon, but like I said, Zombie World was on the field, and it was right before I made Borolo that we realized, oh yeah, you can't make Cleefort Genius because Zombie World's on the board. So I didn't play a side deck because I was playing Roids. What good would it do me, realistically? So yeah, that's my that was my Vehicroid. That's my Vehicroid deck. This deck is pretty janky. I'm not even gonna lie. It's pretty janky and funny. But it is a deck. I will give it that. And it does have some plays to it, but I will say this, at least when I played this deck previously and it was just Roid monsters, I kind of knew what I was getting into, and I honestly didn't have any real regrets playing like my old Vehicroid deck at casual locals. When I was playing this the entire time, I was just like, I just want the Infinitrack stuff, or like, I just want this stuff. So I think playing pure Vehicroids might have been better. But But anyways, tell me what you guys thought about this deck in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.